Dr. Elmer, Advanced Neurospinal Solutions, and this is Ask the Doctor. I love this question. Does social media actually shrink the brain? If so, how and which parts? Excellent question. What shrinks the brain? Lack of use. When we're doing things, when we're active, it causes the brain to be active also. Well, the brain has to feel what's going on and then make it happen. And if it's feeling things going on and then it's deciding what to do and making it happen, all those parts of the brain are activated, and because of that, it causes blood flow to the areas of the brain that you're actually using. When you're not using it, those parts get less blood flow. Let you think about that for a second here. So if there are parts of your brain you're not using, they are shrinking. Yeah, so let's talk about what that is. There's a word that many use. You may have heard the term. It's especially common in athletics, and we call it atrophy. I notice that my arms are atrophied because they've gotten quite small from a lack of activity, and we think, wow, that means it got smaller. That's not what it means. What it means is no nutrition, atrophy, no nutrition, and it didn't get nutrition because we didn't activate it and cause the system to say, hey, we got to have blood flow here, because that's all wired into the system to take care of it in real time, to give you the fuel supply in real time. And so anything that you're not using within your brain is getting smaller because of lack of use. So let's go back to the social media and your dumb phones, I mean smartphones, and the fact that when we were living without those, how did we ever survive without them? Oh man, what a beautiful time that was. I could remember 50 phone numbers. Wow, that's cool. I never had any problem going where I had already been. My internal GPS, which sits in the temporal lobe in front of the amygdala there, which is a part of my hippocampus, yeah, I never had any problem getting where I wanted to go. I didn't get lost, right? So we are losing our GPS, which is a significant red flag when we're looking at dementia. That's usually the first thing I look for. If somebody's talking about, man, I'm getting lost now, I'm going, ooh, we better check you for dementia, frontotemporal demise. And so, yeah, we're losing that. We're losing our ability to say no. We're addicted to them. So there are parts of our brain that get overstimulated. Our visual and our auditory systems are being overstimulated. Our vestibular and proprioceptive systems, which is our balance systems and our ability to move and feel our body movement, all of that's dying on us. And when the vestibular and motor systems go down, visual systems really go up. You can imagine that everything in your brain, if something is turned on, it's dialing down something over there so that it can not only have activity, blood flow, but also function. So you're driving to a place and you've got the radio on loud, and as you get closer, you reach over intuitively and turn the radio down. Why? Because my auditory system is actually turning down my visual system. So I turn, and the part of my brain that I'm going to be using to find the place. And so I turn it down, and I inevitably find the place because I allowed the brain to shift and to a different part of the brain to find the place. And we're constantly doing that, and we should constantly be doing that. Then we can talk about if we were to do more activity, we wouldn't be as sensitive to sight and sound. Okay, now we can talk about addictions. What parts of the brain are dying because of having those? The frontalmost parts. We're not thinking for ourselves anymore. We Google everything. We make our decisions on social media. We don't make our own decisions. We're relegating our ability to make moral decisions anymore. We ask the phone to tell us what we should do, what's right, what's wrong, and all that. That's the right and wrong is the orbital frontal cortex. The pondering and thinking and that and making decisions or deciding what to decide is the prefrontal cortex, and then the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex is the social side and that part of the know. And we don't have friends anymore. We can't read faces anymore. We can't control our emotions anymore. That's in a deeper in the limbic brain. We don't have. What is it Mike Tyson said recently that I just loved? Said the reason why people are acting the way they do is because they're being jerks on in what they say and being harsh and abrasive is because they're not getting punched in the face when they do it, right? See, in my generation, you said something like that, you get punched in the face and you go, maybe it's a good idea not to say that. Maybe I can learn. Experience, good judgment, right? Good judgment is a product of experience, and experience is a product of bad judgment. But there's no penalty. There's nothing negative that's happening to us. We think we can say and do what we want. So that part of our brain is completely becoming infantile. And so, are these phones good? For a couple of things. They're a good tool, but we don't use them for a tool. We live our lives through them. We live our lives on Facebook, and we think that all those people are friends. Probably not. When the chips are down and you really need them, they won't be there. Most of them. I have a few friends that will be there. So, but I hope that gives you a little, and I'm not covering everything here, and I'm just giving you a Reader's Digest condensed version. Wow, Reader's Digest. They probably don't exist anymore because of our phones. I hope that answers your question, and if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. And remember, we're here to help you when you're ready to take your life back.